right, ladies and gentlemen, coming out to the cage right now from the black corner is Kyle the Hurt Herrera. This man is 31 years old, standing 5 foot 11 inches tall, weighing in at 159 pounds, but he walks at 174, so he does cut some weight. He has a record of 11-8 training out of Victory MMA. What do we know about that, Jim?
He has some coaches, Jake Paul, and he is a...
He says he's
a striker.
He's a striker, all right. And as far as a day job, he's actually a police officer. He has no kids, but he is dating someone. We don't.
Jiu-jitsu coach, the late Paul Sizemore, who we've had talks about tonight. Excellent jiu-jitsu coach who recently passed away, very sadly.
Yes, and like I said earlier, he was the head jiu-jitsu coach for Victory MMA. And if you've been watching all of the fights from this night, this live night, the whole show past, they've been dedicating this to Paul Sizemore. And as far as what he says it means to fight for Stillfist, he says he's known Kevin and Pat Patton, two of the promoters, for years, since before they thought about being promoters. He wouldn't fight for anyone else. He says it's great recognition, and Stillfist is the only promotion in Utah that televises MMA events. Does he have anything to say to his opponent?
He has no hard words for his opponent.
No hard words for his opponent. I like that. He said they're both on the same team. He said it doesn't make sense to be enemies when you both have a passion for the same thing. And may the man with the best skill set win. All right, so Tyler Tomlinson bringing him into the center of the cage, giving him some last-minute instructions. If you are just tuning in, we have Rowdy, the senior citizen Akers, out of the red corner with the black and gray one-hit trunks. And in the black corner, you have Kyle, the Hurt Herrera, in the green and white trunks. And we're about to see some action. Let's get it on.
You know, good show of sportsmanship. They shake hands and then fist bump the whole 9 yards. They're definitely, no hard feelings there.
No, not at all. And, what I expect to see out of this one, I love Rowdy Akers. I think he's a great guy. And he's constantly improving in his fight game.
Nice liver kick from Kyle.
What you can expect to see is a little bit more dominant striking out of Kyle Herrera. He picks his punches, he times his shots. His stand-up game is just a little bit more refined than Rowdy's is. But what I like about Rowdy is if he starts losing that striking game, you're going to see a lot of forward aggression out of Rowdy to try and take it away from him.
This is another interesting one of the gap in age, 11 years on this fight, to see whether the experience of Rowdy Akers is going to be able to do him any good against the age of...
there's an 11-year difference in age here, but I don't think that's going to make much of a difference, because Rowdy didn't start fighting and training, when he was 20. It's not like he has a whole lot more time in the cage than Kyle. But Kyle, like I said, you just saw, he's definitely...
really good striking.
Yes.
And, I thought it might have ended there, but it looks as though...
No, Rowdy's tough, and Tyler knows that. The referee, Tyler Thompson, knows that Rowdy's tough. He's seen him fight. He can take the hits. And he was moving. He was trying to do something. And he was able to, take the pressure. And now he's able to stand up, and he's starting to drive forward on Kyle.
Absolutely. He's definitely one tough old man.
He's a tough old man. But look at the right side of Rowdy Akers from that kick, that one left body kick that Kyle Herrera threw early on in the round. He's already bruising. It is bright red, and it runs right alongside the liver there.
Yeah, I can't imagine that didn't do a little bit of damage.
At least a little bit.
One way or another. And look at Rowdy taking him down. Still grinding on. Looks like we got Kyle going for a heel hook.
And there's the tap.
And there's the tap.
And, that's something that Rowdy hasn't had a lot of exposure to, those twisting leg locks. He's only been a professional for 6 fights now. This is his 6th fight, and he's never had anybody attempt those. But in the amateur ranks, you cannot do twisting leg locks. So this is the first time that he's actually seen that applied in an MMA setting.
Yes, and it looked almost though that may have been his knee that... I didn't actually see the ankle be grabbed. It looked like he got twisted.
He fully had the heel hook set. So it could have been at the knee, it could have been at the ankle. That's the crazy thing about a heel hook is you can't predict where it's going to attack.
Where it's going to hurt.
Yeah, where you're going to pop and where you're going to hate life. But you know what? Kyle Herrera, great job, great technique. Let's take it to the cage for the official match.
Your winner, 2 minutes and 3 seconds into round number 1. Tap out.